Of course, we could not do this without the businesses' support who make this possible. So first up, I would like to say a big thank you to Courtney with TD&T CPAs and Advisors. Courtney, if you're with us and would like to say a few words to this amazing group, thank you for your support of this graduation ceremony.
All right. Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. You know, small businesses and nonprofit organizations contribute to our communities through economic growth, new innovation, and community involvement. And now, more than ever, owning a small business or leading a nonprofit is challenging. Small business failure rates are high, and nonprofit funding sources are constantly at risk. At TDT CPAs and Advisors, we believe business owners and nonprofit leaders deserve a CPA who takes time to understand their goals and guides them with thoughtful explanations and valuable insights. We're proud to provide hundreds of small businesses and nonprofits with information and proactive guidance to make smart financial decisions. TDT is proud to sponsor the 2020 West Des Moines Leadership Academy graduation ceremony. Today, we celebrate you, the outstanding graduates who make West Des Moines and Iowa a better place to live and do business. I reached out to my friends and colleagues on social media and asked for their words of wisdom, advice, and inspiration regarding leadership. Here are a few sentiments I'd like to share. Don't ask, what should I do? Ask, who should I be? There is no perfect scenario, no perfect leader, and no perfect project. Just be the best person you can be. Be passionate about the work you do. Work hard and be nice. Be humble and kind. And lastly, this one is from my mom. You can be replaced at work, but never at home. Like a lot of you, I'm an achiever. There's always more to be done and something we can make better. But I've learned that success at work is only one component of success in life. Use the skills you've learned in this program to be a better leader, not just in your career, but also in your family and your community. Congratulations once again to the 2020 graduates of the West Des Moines Leadership Academy. TDT is proud to sponsor your graduation.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Courtney. Thank you again to you and your whole team for your support. If you guys didn't have plenty of takeaways last 9 months, there was a lot of wise words jam-packed into that. So thank you, Courtney, for adding that in as well. That's amazing. And I think it is very important to have that well-rounded aspect to your leadership, not just in work, not just at home, all of the above. So that's amazing. Thank you.
Make me do what I don't
And
want.
then Rita, I know you're here with us. I saw you on here. She is our fantastic, not only graduation sponsor, but our entire curriculum sponsor for this 2019-2020 class. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts for supporting this Leadership Academy this entire year and helping give this experience to this fantastic group. Rita, if you'd like to say a few words now.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Catherine, and thank you, Kara. And hello, everybody. I am so thrilled to be here with you this afternoon. And congratulations, you've done it. This is the threshold of your leadership journey. You're about to walk across it. Today, you're holding a higher vision of yourself as leaders. Through your class project of feeding hungry children and raising those funds that you did, you are making a difference in the lives of so many of our youth and their families. Our community thanks you for that. Don't underestimate the power of what you've achieved this year. The power of that one piece of fruit or that simple glass of milk that will bring that smile to a hungry child's face. Because of your leadership, your teamwork, and your courageous action, that child will be able to sleep tonight with a full tummy. And as a leader, what could be better than that? An inspirational quote that I'd like to share with you to guide you on your leadership journey is by an anonymous author, and this is one of my favorite quotes. 100 years from now, it will not matter what kind of car I drove or what kind of house I lived in. It will not matter how much money was in my bank account, nor what kind of clothes I wore. But the world will be a better place because I made a difference in the life of a child. And so as you go forward, take that smiling child's face with you, and congratulations. And I hope that I get to see you on your leadership journey. Thank you.
That's awesome. Thank you, Rita. Yes, I'm seeing lots of virtual rounds of applause. Thank you so much again for your support. I would like to now bring up to our little virtual stage, Tom Haddon, City Manager for West Des Moines. Tom, if you'd like to say a few words.
Good afternoon. I really appreciate what you've gone through and experienced. I'm on the right side of the bell-shaped curve, so as I look at you, it's great that you have a lot of a curve in front of you, and wherever it takes you, you may be living some part else in the country or the world. I hope a lot of you though come back in West Des Moines because we need your talents, and if you go somewhere else, get engaged, use your talents to help the community be a better place. I've been a lifetime public servant, and we need all kinds the people at the table to make the community a better place. And one thing I just would say is never stop learning just never stop learning. This was a learning experience for you. You go to a formal school, just learn with your people you work with, and you're going to be a better person and a better leader for it. So good luck, and I hope to see you around soon and not on the Brady Bunch situation. Thank you.
Agreed. Thank you, Tom. Awesome. Well, then next I would like to have Shane Stark say a few words. He is the chair, along with an amazing committee that works very hard to put together this academy, and we are very grateful for them. So Shane, if you would like to say a few words.
Yeah, hello everyone. First off, congratulations to everyone on this wonderful journey. And also, as Kara mentioned, thank you to the other folks on the Advisory Council Committee, Tiffany, Adam, Dave, Ashley, Molly, Debbie, Blake, Heidi, Jordan, Jeremy, Brad. I don't think I missed anyone, but if I did, I apologize. So I get the illustrious title of being the board chair and working with fabulous folks like Kara and her team, everybody to make this thing go. So I mentioned in the original, back in the very first meeting we had about the CEO talking to the CFO, and I love telling the story. It talks about how you invest in yourself, but the CFO says to the CEO, what if we train all these people and they leave? And the CEO says back, what if we don't and they stay? And I think it's a really great quote. And I think what I learned from it is, spend time on yourself, invest in yourself, challenge your companies like they did for this class to invest in you. I think a lot of you probably learned some of the hardest things to do in life, are to find out the things that you aren't great at. I personally, I was conversation with Christy Locker this morning, but I'm awful at interrupting. So things like this are perfect for me because nobody else is talking. So I get to be the only person to talk. So I'm really comfortable in this. But I think it's those, it's not comfortable. It doesn't feel great to work on yourself and to recognize those things. But my challenge to all of you as you go forward is learn what you've used in this stuff, but challenge yourself daily with different activities. Like I said, reading a book or taking different classes, or just, it's okay to work on yourself. And the better you get, the better your teams will get. And lastly, the better your community will get. So I hope you enjoyed the time in the program to work on all those things. And if any of you ever want to chat or ever need anything, just feel free to reach out anytime. And I look forward to seeing you all in the future.
Awesome. Thanks, Shane. And thanks again to the entire committee for all of your hard work and dedication. We appreciate it very, very much. So one thing that all of the class members know, something that we do during each session is something called Time to Shines. So basically what this is to get past just that initial layer of getting to know people. We have each and every class member give a presentation, 3 minutes on their lives, whatever they feel is important for the class to know. That is their time to do so. So they've been doing that for the past 9 months, getting to know each other that much more. And I, at this last session, got to hear a handful of them. And I feel like even just from those, you really get to know people that much further. So love that that's a part of this program. It's a very small piece of it, but it's a lot of fun. And so at graduation each year, we announce the winner, the favorite time to shine. So after each session, everyone gets to vote on their favorite from, you know, the handful of 4 or 5 that went for that month. And so, cue the drum roll. I am very happy to announce that the winner of this class's Time to Shine is Ina Mendez. So congratulations to Ina. Are you still on with us? Can you give us a wave? Quick hello.
Hello.
There she is. Congratulations to you. That's amazing. Awesome. Congrats. Okay, but you're all winners because you are part of this experience and because you worked very hard on something that is a big part of the program, and that is the class project. So at this time, I would like to give Lucas the floor if you want to tell everybody a little bit about what your project as a class was all about.
Hi, classmates. This is awesome to join you here at the end of our journey here, and thank you for the opportunity to grow alongside you guys. You've been an awesome, you guys have been awesome to be around, and I have learned just as much from each one of you guys that I have from the actual classes, so thank you. To talk about our class project, as we all know, when we started out this journey, we were looking about what is near to our hearts as a class, and we chose kids. And we looked at kids in our community, and we wanted to align ourselves with an organization that grew that largest amount of impact in kids' life. And the obvious choice for us was to align ourselves with the Food Bank of Iowa. Their current outreach into our West Des Moines community was an easy choice to fundraise for. Their backpack programs and their food pantry programs within the West Des Moines Community School District spoke to our hearts, and we grasped that impact and wanted to expand it. Our initial design was to hold a fundraising event. Plans were fairly far along. We had a lot of the event planned out, and with the pandemic striking, it stopped us dead in our tracks. We kind of were confused for a few days. We weren't sure where to go with things. But as leaders, the people that are in our class, we all knew that this was a great opportunity to still make a great impact for the food bank and go beyond just children, but families in our community. So we switched gears and decided to fundraise remotely. The combined efforts of our group is currently sitting at $11,550. Yes, round of applause for everyone. This is a great fundraising amount, as the fact that we did this without any live interaction or contact with the people and the corporations that donated. Thank you so much for everyone putting in hard work, cold calling neighbors, cold calling people that they did not know from previous academies. Just thank you so much for all the hard work you put into the Food Bank of Iowa. Congrats, everyone.
Awesome. Thank you, Lucas. And I think it was a perfect year. I mean, I think it was kind of meant to be that was what your guys' class project was. So even though it didn't have the in-person aspect to it, changed people's lives. So thank you for all of your hard work to each and every that this year. So we ask after the final session, everyone really reflect. 9 months is a long time. It's an ongoing, lot of incredible speakers, like someone mentioned question is, so now what? We want you to share with everyone what you are going to do moving forward to actually apply what you've learned from this program to make yourself that much better of a leader and really elevate your leadership, whether it's in your community, in your personal life, in your workplace, whatever it may be for you. So I'm going to read people's names off one by one here, and then you've got 60 seconds. Share your answer with the group, and we can't wait to hear it. So first up is Sally Anderson with ADP.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. Good to go.
All right, thank you, Kara. So West Des Moines Leadership, I'm super honored to be a part of the program. It certainly taught me to be a better leader. One thing I've really learned is that constant communication is key, especially in our new virtual world. So we're at virtual graduation today, who knew? And another thing is I'm always going to forever implement the skills that Sarah Noel Wilson has taught us. So it will stick in my brain when she said, there's always a question behind the question. So I'm really going to be thoughtful and thorough while I'm communicating and asking questions with my clients, prospects, colleagues, executives, and ask and dig into those second level questions to have better communication. Another thing that's going to stick with me forever is what David Wollerman said last week. David is Iowa's last Holocaust survivor. And a few of us asked, what are you going to do, or what do you recommend that we do going through this pandemic or going forward with our professional lives? And what he said was, be more friendly, be kind, believe, forgive, but don't forget. And I thought that was so, so awesome. I mean, it's so simple. So I'm certainly going to live by this in my personal and my professional life. So I'm really honored. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you, Sally. Yes. All right. Up next, we have Sarah Antofer with LMC Financial Advisors.
Well, thank you. And congratulations, all of us from the West Des Moines Leadership Academy. I wish we would be able to meet in person today so that we could say hello and say goodbye, but I trust we'll be able to keep in touch over time. So I really appreciate the question. So now what? And how do we apply this sometimes intense 9-month process that we went through? And I think back over a lot of the opportunities that we had to grow and stretch ourselves with the information we received from Rita, with the classes with Sarah Noel Wilson, with some of the early encouragements that we had received to go intentionally seek people out who see things differently than us. I'm very grateful for those opportunities, and I know I'll be using those and practicing those skills every day. I want to be intentional about keeping lines of communication open between me and others, and really actively seeking out those people who see things differently than I do to try to build that bridge and build that relationship. But I think more than anything, I think the answer for me might actually have been just in being able to be a part of this group and having met all of you. There was just no shortage of passion in our class, and it was evident to me watching people who are just so passionate about helping those people in our community and passionate about growing their skills and building their strengths, and just generally remarkable people that we were able to get to know. I really was inspired by the bravery of some of you who took these huge leaps of faith into new careers or moved across the world or across the country, who started a business, who took big, scary leaps of faith and tried their hands at something that was completely unknown to them, and inspired by the passion that many of you have for serving in the community and that genuine positivity and commitment to being your best. Though I wish we'd had more time together, I leave this virtual graduation more inspired to try new things, and maybe with a renewed sense of purpose for making a difference in our community. So thanks, congratulations all.
Awesome. Thank you, Sarah. So next up, we have got Rhiannon Baker with Frederickson and Byron.
Okay, can you hear me?
Perfect.
Okay, good. Thank you so much. Through the Leadership Academy process, I learned, number one, that I need to become comfortable with being uncomfortable and getting out of my comfort zone. I think this will serve me well, not only professionally, but personally as well. whether it's in my career or serving in my community or even in personal relationships. I will continue to learn and develop my leadership skills as a result of this experience. I am a lifelong learner, and this has taught me that I'm very interested in learning more about myself and about others. I'll be intentional with seeking different perspectives and in developing better communication skills. And finally, I'm grateful just for the opportunity to meet all of my classmates, and I look forward to keeping in touch and developing those relationships further.
Absolutely. Thank you. Okay. Next up, we've got Nate Beck with McGowan, Hurst, Clark, and Smith.
Okay. Assuming you can hear me?
Yep.
Okay, good. Yeah, for me, it really was pushing myself out of the comfort zone, exploring some new things through the leadership. I enjoyed that. One of the sessions that really hit home for me was the DISC assessment. I find myself gravitating towards people that are like me, that similar opinions. So I'm going to try to kind of embrace debate, embrace conflict, make sure we have people on our teams that are coming from different angles, and being more diverse to help be a better leadership team and client advisory team. So things that, looking back, I know that I'm not a very good implementer. And I remember one of the exercises where we stood up against the wall with Sarah, we got into groups, and it really hit home with me that when I'm building my teams that we need to have all different kinds of people to get things done. Otherwise they tend to stop at the problem solving phase or the analysis if we don't have good implementers. And so I hope to use some of those tools, maybe even do the DISC assessment with my team and continue to try to leverage what we learned here in the Academy.
Awesome. Love it. Thanks, Nate. Next up, we've got Jim Benbenek II with NCMIC Group.
Hello, everyone. The greatest takeaway that I have from the West Des Moines Leadership Academy is the ability to identify and address the elephant in the room. I just thought that was a great class. So the elephant in the room can be many things, but generally it's an uncomfortable topic or situation that nobody really wants to talk about, so they avoid it. Sometimes people will joke about the elephant, or they'll have a meeting about a meeting after the main meeting to discuss the elephant, which really is not the best way to deal with an uncomfortable situation. What I learned is that a good leader will squash or prevent these elephants from forming by fostering a good and positive work environment that encourages open communication, allows people to be themselves, and it's safe to take risks. And it's also okay to make mistakes. So this is the type of leadership style and work environment that I want to encourage, and I will be sharing with all my constituents and coworkers. And then lastly, I just wanted to thank all my friends and family from Iowa, Texas, and Wisconsin. Without you, none of this would have been possible. Thank you.
Awesome. Love it. Thanks, Jim. Okay. Next up, I think I see him on here, Shawn Barrini from the Iowa Clinic.
Hi, everyone. I've got Lorelei here celebrating with me. I really appreciated meeting everyone and getting to know some outstanding leaders here in the West Des Moines area, especially since I'm new to the area. Thought the program was outstanding. I really liked the emphasis on listening and sort of several different ways that will be something that I'll work on indefinitely, really. That includes especially thinking of the perspective of someone else as they're talking. Obviously, not everybody is coming to things from my own perspective. Also, just being quiet and patient and sitting back more than I talk, which has always been a problem for me. And then really actively seeking out opinions of other people, especially those with whom I don't always agree. So it really is a focus on listening, but there are lots of lessons there. But today, what I'm going to take from is toasting to all of you. So congratulations to everybody.
Thank you, Shawn. Awesome. All right, up next, we've got Ray Champlin with American Equity.
All right, well, first and foremost, thank you to everybody that put hard work into making this class possible. We couldn't have done it without you. Thanks to my boss at American Equity, Heather Worthington, and Academy alum Matt Mull for getting the word out to me to even participate. So huge thank you to all those folks. I think now more than ever, the things we've learned at the West Des Moines Academy, they have to be applied. The ability to truly listen, like Shawn was saying. I'll think back to the activities we did where we were in timed intervals and we couldn't speak, and the other person had to, and we had to listen to the end, and how challenging that was for us. The game that we did where we ended started our next sentence with the last letter of the last word that somebody had said in the prior sentence. Those challenging, pushing us outside of our comfort zone. The balance of logic and empathy, transparency, the ability to make informed and educated decisions. They're so important, as we continue to adapt with what our new normal is. I think it's our time, not just my time, to take these skills that we've done and apply them as we reinvent what the new normal is. As we work from home, as we figure out what a new day looks like. We as leaders are challenged with that responsibility to give back and show our families, our organizations, our communities, our churches, that we can step up to that challenge. And I think that's taking those skills that we learned for that is what I'm going to use most to do that and to develop the future leaders to eventually succeed. So
awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ray. Okay, up next we've got Mayumi Hernandez with Principal.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mayumi Hernandez, and I am an underwriter for Principal. For me, I hope to continue to involve myself within our community, take part or support the ongoing projects that are happening in our city, especially Food Bank of Iowa. Our community holds so many resources, and it is a great way to build a leadership resume. Furthermore, through work, I hope to apply what I've learned, and that is being a pioneer for change, saying yes and to ideas instead of yes but, and listening to understand and not just listening to reply. The business world is constantly changing. Just this year, due to COVID-19, most of Principal employees have gone virtual. Now more than ever, we need leaders to help the movement of the changes that is happening around us. Change can be scary, but it is also the key of moving business forward. For me, I want to take part and share my voice and ideas to help with these change within my department. Currently, I've involved myself on a committee of how to effectively facilitate virtual meetings and brainstorming the use of different apps or software like Zoom, Skype, or Teams to communicate effectively and efficiently. Also, I'm part of the best people team within Principal that focus on leadership and learning development. We are currently on stage 1 on that project. Overall, I hope to continue to use what I learned, and thank you for the Academy and classmates for giving me the opportunity to continue to develop myself as a leader.
Awesome. Thank you for being a part of it. Up next, we have got Shawn Flannery with Bank Iowa.
Oh, hey, so first of all, it was great meeting everybody. Really enjoyed getting to know each and every one of you. Thanks to the Chamber and thanks to Bank Iowa for allowing me to be a part of it. It's been touched on previously by a few different people, and I think it kind of shows the impact that it had. But my biggest takeaway from the Chamber, from the Leadership Academy, is that coming in, I thought everything being with a leader was, who was more vocal, outspoken, eccentric, and all that good stuff. But while that may be true sometimes, the thing that I kind of found the most impact with is how important active listening was, and to work on listening to understand instead of just listening to respond. And that's something I'm going to take with me and kind of try and implement when I, am building all my relationships in all aspects of my life, whether personal or professional.
Love it. Thanks, Shawn. All right, next up, we've got Christy Graneman with Carrier Access.
Hello, everyone. How I plan to apply what I learned from West Des Moines Leadership Academy is being transparent and consistent in my core principle and values, having a clear purpose of what outcomes are needed and when, build effective and respectful teams by leveraging people in the team with passion and skill in their areas of strength, and pushing them to become better in the areas they want to build on. I also believe by coaching my team up, it will make a team stronger unit, and together we'll be more effective at accomplishing our clients' needs. I'd like to send also a special thanks to Carrier Access for believing in me and allowing me this opportunity to grow within myself, and to the West Des Moines Leadership Academy for providing me the tools to become a better leader, professionally and personally. Congratulations, and it's been a pleasure getting to know everyone. Thank you.
My friend.
Awesome. Thanks, Christy.
All right.
Okay, up next, we've got Karen Hardisty with Shive Hattery.
I was.
Hi, everyone. I'm Karen
I saw
Hardisty.
the emails
One
coming
of
in,
our
and I didn't
presenters told a
have time to
story
look through all of
about
them, and then saw it.
how when we're driving and someone cuts us off, we get mad at them, might yell at them, swear at them. But when we're driving and we may accidentally cut someone off, we say, "Oops, sorry, didn't mean to." And he said, we judge others by their impact. We judge ourselves by our intent. And that kind of really stuck with me. So one of the things I want to focus on is making sure that my desired intent is what's coming across. And right now, when everyone's working virtually, a lot has changed right now. My boss recently said we should always assume positive intent. We can't see each other face to face. We're relying on email or phone calls a lot. So sometimes people's intent gets misconstrued. It's not what they're intending. So I want to focus on being more deliberate with my actions to make sure my desired impact comes across. And if others, when I work with other people, give them grace. Maybe what they said is not what they really intended. Just assuming positive intent in other people and giving them grace when it's needed is kind of what I want to work on right now.
Awesome. Thanks, Karen. Okay, up next is Katie Hernandez with the City of West Des Moines.
Hi, Katie Hernandez, City of West Des Moines. I'm in the Community and Economic Development Department for the city. The West Des Moines Leadership Academy has really been an invaluable experience for me. The communication and listening skills have been the most valuable pieces of the academy. Deep listening is a crucial piece to critical conversations, and I plan to put that tool to use in my everyday experiences. Another important lesson during the class was learning and understanding my leadership style, and more importantly, how to appreciate and understand other leadership styles and work efficiently and effectively together. Another challenge presented to us that has stuck with me is the kiss the lizard practice. Doing the difficult thing first and not being afraid of it is the best way to move forward on projects. I'm excited to implement these practices in my personal and professional life and experiences. Thank you to the West Des Moines Leadership Academy and the City of West Des Moines for the encouragement and opportunity to grow my leadership skills.
Awesome. Thanks, Katie. Up next, we've got Nung Hong with Girl Scouts of Greater Iowa.
Everybody, my goal for the upcoming future is to really be a better community leader. What I plan on doing is to create an environment for creative problem solving to emerge, break through assumed barriers, and also be a curious leader who listens to understand and connect, and continue to expand our mission from Girl Scouts of Greater Iowa to serve the underserved communities and girls in our area. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, up next is Hayley Hockensmith with West Des Moines Community Schools.
Thanks, Kara. This has been a really wild ride for me this year, I think, especially with all of the COVID things that have taken place. And it's really forced me to reach outside of our school district and our school into our community to provide the supports that we need for students, especially right now. So for me, I think one of my biggest takeaways, so I don't repeat anyone else's, is just continuing to connect with this awesome group of people and the people that we have had speak to us. I think it was really powerful when my classmates were able to come into the school and be boots on the ground and see what our kids are doing and working on. It was also a really great insight for me to get different ideas of how I can continue to bring business leaders in the area into our schools as positive role models for our students, because that has more power than anything else. And so it was nice for me to take a back seat as the leader and let all the people around me lead for our students. So for me, I think that will be one of my greatest takeaways, is just continuing to bring all of these awesome folks and people that they know too into our school, so that our kids can see themselves in really great careers outside of the school walls.
Definitely. Thanks, Hayley. All right, up next is Stephanie Holmes with QCI.
Hey, everybody. When I was thinking about what I learned through the Leadership Academy, 2 areas really came into focus for me. First was just spreading awareness of all the amazing resources that are available in our community that I didn't even know existed before this class. So helping make those connections between the people who need those resources with them is something I definitely want to help with in the future. And second is, while being a leader might come naturally to some people, I've learned through this process that it is a skill that intentionally needs to be honed just like other skills. And so now I have this great toolbox to carry forward with me, whether it's practicing conversational intelligence or honing my personal brand, ensuring that my team members feel psychologically safe, or just planning more involvement in my community in general. These are valuable tools that I can rely on for years to come. So with that, I always also wanted to say that I appreciate the chance to be involved in this and meeting new friends and making new friends, and just want to say thanks to everyone who worked so hard to put this together and make it happen. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Stephanie. Okay, up next is Mirso Jusik with Bankers Trust Company.
Just want to thank my company for helping me get in this program. I have started focusing on what I've learned from the class and applying it to help my team. We have started to focus on each other's strengths and collaborate on a clear set of goals instead of competing against one another. I have been able to apply my ability to think critically and analyze situations differently in business because of my experience at West Des Moines Leadership Academy. Another big takeaway that I'm trying to apply and get better at is being better at self-awareness. It isn't an overnight thing. It just takes time and practice. The Academy has helped me a lot with it. Now I have a better understanding how the role self-awareness plays in my career and how I can get better and apply it and improve. I can already see a difference and greater self-awareness with just a couple months that I've been learning about it more in depth. So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Next up is Mallory Katzer with Holmes Murphy.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. So there were about 3 things that really stuck out to me during this class time. And these 3 things I have actually tried to implement ever since hearing them in class. So I have been working on these currently. And I look at these 3 things and I think, like, how have I not already been doing this? How are more people not doing these 3 simple things, just because they are so simple, but yet can make such a huge impact, I feel like. So the 3 things are using we instead of I. It was really eye-opening to me when I was typing emails and I was referencing how many times my team and I did something, or even if it was just maybe I did something. I've been starting to reread my emails now, and I go back through and I adjust it to make sure it says we as a team. So that's something I'm working on. Another thing too is to make sure that my team feels like they can talk to me and that they can give me ideas and they feel like their ideas are valuable. So I think I got a lot out of that exercise where we always asked or answered with and or yes and instead of yes but. So I thought that was very interesting. So working on that. The last one is, I think other people have hit on this, but actually listening to somebody to listen, not listening to respond. So I have been trying to hold off and wait for that last word from them, and then answer based off of that. But those are my 3 things that really stick out to me.
Awesome. 3 great things. Thanks, Mallory. Next up, we've got Nicole Commit with Guide One Insurance.
Kara. I've always been someone who's continually learning and developing. I always want to be a better version of myself. And every session we attended, I found valuable action items to focus on. And I've chosen 2 key points to be energized with over the next few months. One being to connect more deeply with the people that I work with. I lead a remote team and have felt a slight disconnect with some of them and other coworkers. And when the pandemic hit and everyone became remote, it gave me a renewed focus on becoming more engaged with them, which fits in nicely with Sarah Noel Wilson's topic of connecting more deeply with others. And the second area of focus for me is to become more involved in my community. Throughout our time together, we've been exposed to the needs of those around us, and I want to help make a positive impact. So I'm looking for an organization that I can regularly commit my time to. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Nicole. Next up, we've got Megan Kohler with Palmer Group.
Yeah, hi guys. My takeaway is basically take a few more steps forward where normally I would stop kind of in the comfort of my own bubble. Personally, professionally, and in this community, I just want to be a more active participant. We've heard it before, but listening to understand and being intentional and truly getting to know the people that we surround ourselves with are some huge takeaways for me. I want to volunteer more. But like we've all said, this experience has been incredibly humbling. I feel so grateful to have met the community leaders and these classmates. You guys are all so inspirational to me. So for me, I just want to be a more active leader, help build on strengths and weaknesses, and personally just have a takeaway of just being more confident. So
Thanks, Megan. Next up is Martha Lebron Dyckman with Berkshire Hathaway First Realty.
Thanks, guys. I just wanted to point out, I've come up with 4 pillars that I'm trying to focus on. The very first thing that I got out of this class was the motivation it gave me. I've been super inspired to focus on community development. Having exposure to the West Des Moines community at all different areas, it's getting me excited, and I want to be part of it. That leads me to the second pillar of inspiration. Because of that inspiration, I've joined boards that I would never have otherwise joined, just because actions are more than just words. My biggest takeaways are the communication pillar. I've learned to actively listen, to work on conflict resolution, and take those communication tools and apply them to those new boards that I'm on and in the community. And finally, the third and final area, or the fourth and final area, is the strong foundation of having the connection between you guys. I'm hopeful that all of us will connect, will do local community projects, but also maybe even business projects. A few of us have already started that, and I'm excited about that. We are the next generation of West Des Moines leaders and also of the Des Moines Metro leaders. And I expect to see all of you there for many years to come.
Love the pillars. Thanks, Martha. That's awesome. Okay, up next is Ina Mendez with Stratus Building Solutions.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me? Yeah, okay. The question, so what next? No. So I think for me, the thing that shocked me the most or has had a big impact on me was visiting the school and going back to something I had forgotten. Seeing all these foreign exchange students or all these students that are coming here and don't speak the language and all of that. Like I saw myself years back, and you tend to forget once you start being successful or changing jobs or whatever, but you forget about it. And for me, it's been a shocker, and I would like to give back to the community by being available to these students and places where they need my assistance on maybe translating or anything. But to me, that was a big one, especially when one of the girls came up to me and said, "You speak Spanish, right?" I said, "Yeah." She's like, "How'd you get like this?" Or "How'd you get to a program like this?" I mean, that really got me to think that I can inspire other kids to show them that you can make it and you can become a big leader. And another thing that I will be taking home with me and applying it to my team is the active listening. I did not do a very good job at that, and I'm trying to practice it now. So I thank you and everybody. I think I've met lots of great people, and I hope to keep in touch with everyone or most of you. And it's been a great experience. So I'll try to be available to the community and to everybody who I could inspire.
Inspiring our future leaders even now. That's awesome. Thank you. Okay, up next is Alicia Milners with Whitfield and Eddie Law.
Hi, like so many of you have mentioned, the theme that really resonated with me this year was communication. And we touched on so many aspects of that topic and took a deep dive into it. And as we engage in all of these activities that really pushed ourselves, I certainly learned that I have some weaknesses in my skill set that I maybe wasn't as acutely aware of before. So going forward, I'll be working on pausing and listening and speaking with intentionality and awareness and mindfulness, and really focusing on empathy and patience, which are just so important right now. And so hopefully through these tools, we'll be able to build deeper connections and more meaningful connections. But as we learned through a lot of our presentations, these are moving targets that take a lot of practice. So I know it's something that we'll all keep working on, but will help make us more effective in our organizations and at home and in other aspects of our lives.
Love it. Always learning and always growing. That's important. Thanks, Alicia. Next up, we have got Kendra Meyer with Community State Bank.
Thanks, Kara. So I really enjoyed everything that I've learned through the entire program and really the amazing people that I've met. All of you have such passion. I've been challenged both personally and professionally by all of you. And like most of you said, Sarah Noel Wilson was amazing. A couple big takeaways from her: understanding impact versus intent, and then listening to understand, something I've been working on, every day since we learned that in the program. But most of all, I really look forward to relationships that I've only begun to establish. Overall, it's been such an amazing experience that I'll never forget. And I look forward to staying in touch with all of you. Thanks a lot.
Awesome. Thanks, Kendra. Up next is Mark Mills with R&R Real Estate Advisors.
Thank you, Kara. So one, I just want to say thank you to the West Des Moines Leadership Academy and to R&R Realty Group for this wonderful opportunity, and I feel truly blessed to have been a part of the Academy. So three key pieces of advice stick out as I reflect on our time in the Academy and how those lessons will shape me as a leader going forward. One, get out of your comfort zone. Put yourself out there and you just might form the type of relationships you were meant to live for and contribute towards. Two, really work hard to connect with others on a deeper level. It is within that deeper level that trust and respect are forged. And with trust and respect comes genuine motivation and passion to work towards a common goal. Three, dedicate yourself to becoming a servant leader. Discover what it means to live a life focused on serving others instead of consuming or achieving, and you will receive so much more in return. Combining these three lessons and coming back to them often, getting out of my comfort zone, working hard to connect on a deeper level, and focusing on servant leadership will allow me to fulfill my potential as a leader.
Awesome. Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.
Up next, we've got Eric Peterson with the City of West Des Moines.
Hi, everyone. I'm glad I was able to meet all of you during the course of this program. Thank you to the Chamber and all who helped put on the program. Also for the City of West Des Moines for the opportunity to be a part of it. There are many items that really resonated for me that I'm currently working on. I plan on taking the initiative to get to know others from outside my comfort zone with different viewpoints. Also the poverty simulation, the Valley Southwoods experience, both those were very powerful and eye-opening. Really helped me really identify that I want to get more active in the community. I also plan on using Sarah's advice, or yes and her observation statements that she talked about, not feeding the elephants. Those are all really good things I plan on taking with me. And then to be more intentional and devoting time to reflect on these skills and actually going back and looking into this again and what can I do to do better as a leader, both at work with coworkers, but personally as well. So with that, congratulations to my fellow classmates, and thanks again.
Awesome. Thanks, Eric. Up next, Joel Regenweather with First National Bank.
Thanks. I'm going to reach out. I'm going to reach out to others and really listen to them. I'm going to reach out to those in the community to see, is there something I can help with? I'm going to reach out to the less fortunate. I'm going to reach out of my box and expand my abilities. I'm going to reach out to those on my team to see what skills I can help them become better at. Reaching out will help me reach new milestones in my life. The positive impact to be made, whether it is at work or in the community or just in life. It is time to move forward with the leadership mindset of always learning, overcoming obstacles, giving back, and reaching out. So thank you to First National Bank and the West Des Moines Chamber and the classmates for this experience. Thanks.
Thanks, Joel. All right, up next is Kelsey Russell with Remax Precision.
Hi, everyone. I just wanted to thank everyone for a great experience this year as well. I want to give a huge shout out to Lucas Wardenberg. He was really, I was kind of the connection with the Food Bank of Iowa with Dylan, but Lucas really, took the effort to make this class project a success, and, marketing and being an event planner was not in his wheelhouse at all. And I know he was purposely challenging himself. So I just want to give him a shout out. And then people have echoed this before, but just the really remarkable people and community resources. The West Des Moines, the poverty simulation was amazing. The West Des Moines Human Services was just really eye-opening for me. And then WestCom, that was a cool experience. And then I guess the big thing that I'm going to take away is I took away 3 things that as a leader I just want to emulate, and these are leaders that I most respect. And it was mentorship, self-awareness. A lot of the activities that Sarah did with us helped me realize that I'm really a driver personality and a very high D, and sometimes that can come off as dismissive or not fully getting that weigh in from people on the team. So I've learned a lot about what weaknesses I have as a leader and how to kind of overcome those and give people full communication. And then the last thing was that always be kind, work hard, and have faith, that we heard from David last week. That really made an impact on me. Just his experience and keeping things light and fun and always being thankful. And then I just wanted to give a shout out as well to Ray Champlin. The mentorship thing is something that it's always brought me the biggest amount of fulfillment is, mentoring others and supporting others. And I know when he talked about how he wants to be remembered, it was all about, his team and supporting his team and building up his team. So just this idea of taking blame and giving credit as a mentor and believing in other people and what they can succeed in too. So that's what I'll take away.
Awesome. Thanks, Kelsey.
Yep.
Up next, we've got Mark Sabers with R&R Realty Group.
Everybody, it's a pleasure to meet everyone this year. A few things I have taken from the class is the first is, seek to understand by actually listening. I was unaware how much I was generating my thoughts and responses without fully listening to people. Second, stay open-minded. Meeting everybody in different professions, there's a lot of ways to do things, and it's important to get the outside perspective and immerse yourself in different environments. Give you better ideas and better relationships. I'm also just reflecting on leaders throughout my career and life so far, who helped me along the way, and make sure I share that gratitude. And probably most importantly, I didn't know the West Des Moines Human Services food pantry and clothes closet existed. So I tried taking clothes and food there, but they won't take it because of COVID, but that's something I'm planning to do on a regular basis forward.
Awesome. Thanks, Mark. Up next, we've got Matt Sargent with Midwest Growth Partners.
Well, I would echo what everyone else said. I think that what everyone has mentioned has been a lot of the great highlights. I think Sarah Noel Wilson had several very important lessons. One that hasn't been mentioned yet would be kind of connecting through vulnerability. We all have our strengths, which is why we're in this class, but everyone also has their weaknesses. So I think, one way to make a deep connection is kind of through your vulnerabilities. And on top of that, active listening. I think being a leader is often thought of as being the smartest person in the room and being very vocal, but really it's more about being a good listener and asking the right questions kind of the question under the question type of thing. And it really helps your team members feel heard and feel valued, and really empowering your employees or empowering your coworkers, I think is very important, and leading through collaboration. So, and then kind of echoing the yes and, that's never something I've thought about, but I think that that's a very powerful lesson. So I guess cheers to everyone in this class, and thanks again for all the lessons that we've learned together.
Awesome. Thanks, Matt. Up next is Jill Saunders with Thorsheim and Sarasso PC. Jill?
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. First of all, I just want to say thank you. Thank you to the Academy. This sounds like a really special Oscar speech, but thank you to the Chamber and all the sponsors, all the speakers we've had. I didn't realize how much I was going to learn from doing this. Learning about myself, learning about the West Des Moines community. I'm not from West Des Moines, so I really learned a lot. I took in a lot. I learned about myself, the DISC assessment, how I can be more intentional with my relationships, how I process things, and it kind of worked out perfect timing. And I knew doing this that someday I was going to take over a leadership role in my practice, and turns out that day is now. And so I'm going to be taking all the things I've learned in the past 9 months and applying them immediately. So thank you to everyone. Congratulations, and hopefully we'll see each other soon.
Awesome. Thanks, Jill, and congratulations to you. That's very exciting. Up next, we've got Patrick Schrader with Home Services of Iowa.
Hey everyone, thanks, Kara. Yeah, so going forward, I think I just want to challenge myself to be more aware, be more engaged, and keep connecting. You know, to be more aware, you know, I think of it, you know, pausing, slowing down, really continuing the journey of self-awareness and awareness of others, which I think is such a huge part of the program, and I think it's such an important part of leadership. For being engaged, I think it's about getting involved and being part of the community. You know, we were able to experience a lot of different things in the community. And I think growing and developing this is just being willing and open to get involved. And then lastly, for keep connecting, you know, the program is such a social experience, a shared experience. And it's the collaboration with all the classmates that really gives you some insights and, you know, better understanding and different perspectives. And so going forward, I think I just want to keep connecting to other leaders and just people in general. So be more aware, be more engaged, and keep connecting. Thanks.
Awesome. Thanks, Patrick. Okay, up next is Amy Schultz with LWBJ LLP. I see Amy. Let's see if we can.
Can you hear me?
Yes, perfect.
That's the computer working finally. Okay. First of all, I just want to thank everyone at the Chamber, the sponsors, and all the presenters who saw the value in this program, and, you know, really, really fortunate to have been part of it and to meet everybody in our class. As we go forward, you know, my 3 takeaways, all of them have been touched on at some point by everybody, but the key one that I really, really realized is I'm a terrible listener. And it's really hard to eliminate all the distractions and to really focus on what people say and to let them finish before you generate your response. And so, you know, I'm trying to do a better job of putting down my work or, you know, internet surfing or whatever to actually hear what people have to say and what they're trying to convey in their message. And focusing on a person's intent and not always the results of their actions. Just taking a minute to realize that not everything that you try to do comes across the way that you intended. And then keeping an open mind. This is one where I really have caught myself with the yes buts. It's so easy to auto respond to suggestions, but if you take a second, there's a lot of opportunity for the yes ands. And so I hope to use that more in the future. So again, thank you everybody. Sorry for my technical difficulties. but here we are.
Thanks very much, Amy. Okay, up next is Paul Scott with Marco.
Thanks, Kara, and thank you again for all of the sponsors, for the Chamber, for all of the speakers. It was truly an awesome experience, and also for all of my leadership at Marco for allowing me to take this opportunity. And for me, looking ahead now, I think back to all of the things that we've learned and how much we've changed from the very first class to now, and the fact that we changed very slowly over the last 9 months, and that then helped us to change fast when we had all of these curveballs thrown at us in the last few weeks. And I think that that's a very valuable lesson that we can all continue to learn from, is that day by day and class by class and session by session and speaker by speaker, we all changed very, very slowly. But yet when we were able to have to make a quick change, we were able to lean back on everything that we learned. So I look forward to continuing to change slowly and being able to change quick as time goes on. And thank you again. And I look forward to seeing all of us here again down the road soon.
Awesome. Us too. Thanks, Paul. Up next, we've got Austin Smith with Unity Point Health.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you for everything as well. And this question, so now what, has been a question I've been asking myself a lot lately, even outside of the context of the West Des Moines Leadership Academy. Our lives have turned upside down basically with all the things going on, and working in hospitals, even more so. It's been a really challenging time. Every goal or long-term plan has been placed on hold indefinitely, and our face-to-face relationships and in-person meetings and check-ins have been replaced by screens, much like this one is, and phones. And so the West Des Moines Leadership Academy has given me some much-needed perspective leading up to this COVID situation, and it's helped prepare me for the things that I would face in these months that we've had. And so as stress has built up through uncertainty and anxiety, interactions have become very strained at work. And so I've been able to use skills from some of our sessions to create safety in our conversations, which has created space to create solutions rather than create conflict. So to answer the original question, so now what? The thing I love about working has always been to help others in whatever capacity I've been fortunate enough to serve in. So I'm going to choose to have every day to be positive, to continue to love people in the best way that I can, and to serve others in humility. And thankfully, I have a few more skills and a broader perspective on community from my time with the West Des Moines Leadership Academy. Thanks.
Awesome. Love it. Thanks, Austin. Up next, we have Ross Tates with Northwest Bank.
So one phrase that I've heard a lot over the years is that leadership is not a title, it's an action. So being a leader is how you connect with people, how you listen, how you empower others. I don't have any direct reports under me at work, but I certainly found ways to implement these skills and challenge myself, being much more goal-oriented, being aware as I'm listening to others, and oddly evaluating others' disc profiles to see how I relate to them. These skills have helped me and will continue to help me be the best coworker, best board member, and certainly translates to home life as well. I saw a video the other day that said, in times of uncertainty comes great opportunity. And I think that certainly applies to the current situation we're all in. I think this class has given us a number of tools to take advantage of those opportunities, whatever they may be.
Thanks, Ross. Up next is Lucas Wardenberg with KCL Engineering.
Thank you. So what now? Well, the statement that comes to my heart and really hits me is empower, equip, and grow with those around me. I want to listen to others, hear their story, get to know their story, who they are. Don't just be their coworker. Don't assume they need me to fix their problem, but work alongside them to find their own solution. People don't want to always be managed. They want to have someone to come alongside them. Know that they have support. Relationships are the key to all that success. Building impactful and meaningful relationships are my goals coming out of this class. Give people something to imitate. People won't imitate intentions, but they're going to imitate our actions. I will always need to assess my actions and ensure that I'm always portraying actions that I want to come out of others. That's what I'm bringing out of this leadership class. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Lucas. All right, up next is Amber Weger with West Bank.
All right, everybody can hear me okay? I think for me, after really reflecting on our class sessions, rereading over my notes from class, I really plan to put those tangible tools to use that we were given during our time with the Leadership Academy. These tools were really invulnerable to continue to be great leaders in our community and organizations. The DISC assessment is one example of that tool that allows us to find not only ours, but our team members' strengths and weaknesses, and allows us to build more effective teams. And Scott Reicher's CHAMP tool that assists in proving those weaknesses. Then Sarah Noel Wilson's tools for creative problem solving and our methods of practicing good listening skills and keeping our amygdalas in check. We didn't only get to hear great speakers talk about amazing things, but we really received tangible tools that we can take back to our teams and community to help in our efforts of continuing to be good leaders going forward. I've been so honored to be part of the West Des Moines Leadership Group this year and meeting all of you. Congratulations to everyone.
Thanks, Amber. All right, last but not least, we have got Megan Wansmos with IMT Insurance.
Perfect, thank you, Kara. The West Des Moines Leadership Academy has really opened my eyes to the impact I can make as a leader, and definitely grateful for meeting all of you throughout this journey. From the opportunity to better understand the big picture of our community and the challenges that we're facing, to understanding myself in order to create a more positive presence, to expanding my professional network and creating new relationships and friendships along the way. It's definitely been what I would say just an incredible experience. But as I think about each session, the poverty simulation is definitely an experience that continues to stick with me. Just simply stopping and understanding others' situations and others' perspectives, I feel like it's just one thing that I can take with me, and no matter what the situation, stopping and understanding the perspectives will help me be a better servant leader. So the program obviously coming to an end here, but I definitely feel like all of our leadership journeys are truly just beginning. I am moving forward with an intention to better influence others, impact decisions more effectively, and lead with confidence in order to make a positive impact on myself, my professional network, and my colleagues, my friends, my family, and the entire West Des Moines and surrounding communities. So thank you all. I look forward to hopefully connecting with you all in the future.
Wonderful. Oh my gosh, you guys, this has been incredibly inspiring. I wrote down some notes. I tried to be a good listener, and it is hard to be a good listener. There's so much going on. This is incredible. And here are some of the takeaways. Getting outside the box, getting outside of your comfort zone, active listening, diversity of opinion, being transparent, intentional, empathy and patience, assume positive intent. I love that one. Give people grace, deep listening, and then yes, and tremendous. I also have some questions. You guys must have, maybe you went to the zoo, or there's something, kiss the lizard process and not feeding the elephants. I don't know. It seems like there's a lot of animals I heard along the way as well. So I want to hear more about what that is, but a lot of fun. I love the encouragement. You can make it. You can be a big leader. It's time to take big, scary leaps of faith. I love that. Now is a time, especially with COVID, that you can do that. You can think outside the box and make that difference. Being a servant leader, connecting on a deeper level and through vulnerability. I love that. And I think Austin said, I love connecting through love. So amazing, you guys. Really, really inspiring. We have an inspiring video from Michelle Book, and we're going to play it. Cross our fingers that the technology works. And she taped something. She's not able to be here today online, but she wanted to send an inspiring message to you and a message of thanks. and for all of your hard work. You raised $11,550. Sounds like a lucky number to me. So we're going to have Michelle take it away, and I'm going to share my screen for everybody, and then we'll come back for a toast. So I just want to personally congratulate each and every one of you. Like I said, I'd like to get to know every one of you. We haven't had that 9 months together. Carol Chambers has done an incredible job leading the West Des Moines Chamber of Commerce for years. And filling her shoes is definitely, I have big shoes to fill, but she has set up the program so beautifully. And obviously you've learned a lot and have listened to so many great speakers and have had great experiences. So I just can't wait to watch your careers blossom and grow. So I would like to make a toast to you and every one of you for an amazing 9 months. I don't know if you can see my wine glass, but it actually has Confluence IPA in it, by the way. I'm cheating a little bit, so this is not wine. But you each will have wine at your doorstep and your rewards, but we want to toast you. I want to thank the Chamber. I want to thank Kara Matheson for being this amazing person that she is. Our Chamber team is outstanding. Nicole Langmaid, Anna Dowd, and Bailey First. We have a brand new team here on board. Kara has been our Chamber champion, helping us through so much these last several weeks, especially with COVID. So I just can't thank our companies enough for sponsoring you and for supporting the Chamber. It's because your companies have supported you during this time that's made this possible. So thank you to each and every one of your companies for supporting you, supporting the Chamber and the community. And I'm all excited about giving back. And if anybody wants to help the Chamber in our efforts too, we need a lot of help. We're going to be doing a lot of growing and reaching into the community. And just so you're familiar, our 3 pillars, our 3 goals that we have for the Chamber are to keep our businesses in business, keep our employees employed, and keep our region strong. So that's what we're focusing on, especially during COVID. We're trying everything in our hearts to do that. We're stretching ourselves. We're thinking of new things every day that we can do to help support our community. So if you have ideas, and I know you guys do, you guys are brilliant, let us know what those ideas are. And we'd love to say yes and. So cheers to each and every one of you. I love it. I see some glasses out there, some cups. Martha's got some wine. So thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to Ria Parita, our curriculum sponsor. Thank you to TD&T, CPAs and Advisors, our graduation sponsor. And if you wish, I can try to play our graduation music again if that would be fun. So should we all do a final wave? Everybody unmute yourselves, and how about if we do a final video? Everybody unmute, and we'll do a video real quick. What do you say for social media?
Shush, Nick.
There we go. That's good. Everybody say thank you to our first responders.
Thank you to our first responders.
I love
Congrats,
it.
guys.
I love it, you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for all you do. Thank you, Kara.
Thank you.
Amazing job.
Thank you, Kara.
Love you guys.
Congratulations, everyone.
Love this town. You guys are incredible.
Yeah.
Yes. Have a great night.
Thank you all.
You too. Good to see everyone.
Bye.
Love you guys.
Bye.